Hello warriors. I hope you're all doing good. So yes, CA inter preparations going on in the full force. All this while we have been really working hard with doing your materials properly, people. The three materials which we've already shared across with you has got immense love and support all this while. We've already shared across with you the very beautiful concept guide, the colorful notes which you have been using for your exams, and I really hope you're doing extremely well preparing from that book. If you have any feedbacks, please always reach out to me and discuss with me on that. You have your second edition, which is your solutions guide, which is basically talking about all the past exam papers, your analysis of most of the papers, giving you an understanding of what tough level questions has ICA asked in the past, and that's what the strategy looks like. The master thing which we created last year, the cheat sheet, which helps you cover the whole syllabus in just a matter of 12 sites for you to complete 35 marks of your topics in just 12 sites. That is what we have been working upon. The last thing which I've always been discussing, people, and I've always put it on hold because it takes a little bit of a time to prepare, but we are finally here. I'm very happy to announce to you that the fourth book of the Taxation 101 Rankers edition is now ready and available. We are talking about the MCQ guide. Yes, normally this MCQ guide is something which takes a lot of time to prepare, people, because unlike other faculties, I like to stick to what ICA prefers. Rather than giving you 101 random MCQs talking about some random basic things of what your provisions are, I would like to stick to what ICA prefers as an MCQ setup, and therefore it is always difficult to complete this book on time, people, because ICA takes a little bit of an extra time to prepare, specifically when it comes to May exams, because yes, amendments are important. But yes, this time ICA has just released the book somewhere in the month of March end, and therefore keeping that targets in mind, I have also completed the MCQ guide from my perspective. What does this MCQ guide look like, people, and who is it relevant for is what we're going to be discussing in this short video for all of you before I circulate this thing to you. By the way, I think the news is already out. This is completely free of cost. This is completely free of cost. The whole book is available in a PDF version for every single student who has been a part of my journey along with me all this while. This is my small thank you to all of you to be very nice to me and keeping me motivated for all the preparations. So yes, MCQ guides are completely available for free of cost as a PDF version. Just come back to me, drop me a message on my WhatsApp number, which you can see on the screen, and I should be able to share across the PDF for you to prepare very nicely. What does this MCQ guide look like, people, and why is it very different than what other faculties are giving to you? Here is the reasons for it. First, this MCQ guide is a broken up topic of chapter wise data. Normally when MCQs are released by ICI, they are released in consolidated versions, and therefore it becomes extremely difficult to prepare from this book because you don't know where to prepare from and you will not be able to use it along with your classes. I have taken the extra liberty to take all those MCQs, sort it out and put it in the chapter wise template, so that as you keep completing every specific chapter of your syllabus, you can also cross verify and compare and prepare for your MCQs so that you can prepare better. Second, this is fully amended, people, to your latest exams of May 2025, September 2025 and Jan 2026 as well. So for those of my friends who have just cleared CA Foundation for Jan 2026 and are wondering if your syllabus has changed, it has not. What syllabus remains for May 25 and September 25 equally applies for Jan 26. So everyone just starting to prepare for your Jan 26 exams of your CA Inter, this book is going to be an extremely nice book for you to prepare during your strategy or during your preparation time itself. Yes, fully amended using whatever is the relevant provisions, and therefore you do not have to worry about anything. Third, and the most important thing which I love this book about is it's a nonsense approach. Rather than giving you random MCQs from wherever topics I can figure out from, I stuck to what ICI gave you in the past, which means this book only covers all those MCQs which ICI has given at various avenues, your RTPs, MTPs, past exam papers, case study booklet, board of studies document, everything which ICI has given in the past, all consolidated together and brought into you. It is not just about those MCQs which ICI has given in the current year. We have also covered those ICI MCQs which has been given in the past years, so that you can also refer those and understand what kind of complexity and template ICI prefers. That has been completely covered in this book. To make the book a little more interesting, people, while this was not part of my agenda first, but later on with the immense amount of love and support you all showed, I wanted to put some extra efforts. This book has also now been made completely colorful, also referring wherever the MCQs are from. rather than just giving you MCQs, this time I've also mentioned where does this MCQ get picked up from your MTP1, your MTP2, your case study booklet, so on and so forth, so that every time you refer the MCQ, you can also check those MCQs, and it also becomes easier for me going forward, people, so that if I have to update the MCQs, I would know where to change it from. Yes, so that has also been done. And finally, to ensure that there is no wastage of your time, people, I have also provided the answers of all the MCQs next to the respective questions itself. In the past, for those who have got my MCQ guides would know that what I do is I normally give you the whole questions and then the answers are given in the last page of the chapter. But I felt this time it's important that I don't take away too much time from you and I give you the answers then and there itself, so that you can accordingly cross-verify and equally match it then and there itself and save some more additional time. Yes, let's discuss some important things on what this book looks like. First, what does it cover? This book covers some important information which ICAI has given in the past. When it comes to your RTPs, people, this book already covers everything which is notified in your May 24, September 24, Jan 25, and also your May 2025 RTP MCQs. So your latest MCQs are also covered in this. You don't need to look into it. When it comes to MTP, people, the May 24 MTP, the September 24 MTP, the Jan 25 MTP has also been covered. But when it comes to May 25, I have restricted my discussion only to the MTP number 1. Because this book was launched last week itself. It just took me a little bit extra time to prepare this book and send it across to you in a printing in a template format, and therefore MTP number 2, which just got notified like 2 to 3 days ago, I did not want to have to include it here because that would take additional time for me. Yes, so the only thing which is missing in this book would be your MTP number 2, which has been notified for your May 2025 exams. Maybe this can be a good sign for you people to also, after completing your solutions guide, your MCQ guide, your concept guide, use MTP number 2 as a document which you can refer and prepare and try to answer the question so that you can see if you're preparing properly. When it comes to past exam papers, people, I have also covered the May 24 past exam paper, the September 24 past exam paper, Jan 2025 past exam paper has also been covered. May 25 obviously is yet to come, so therefore that is not covered. If May 25 exam comes, the suggested answers gets released, I would also be incorporating that before I share it across with the Jan 26 batch. Yes, so there will be a handful of 4 to 5 MCQs additionally given to you, which anyway should not be a hindrance for you as you start preparing right now. You can use them as well. Lastly, the MCQs which are also hosted on your BOS portal. People, for those who are aware about it, if you go and click on the BOS portal, put in your registration number, your date of birth and everything, you should be able to access the MCQs which ICAI has given in the portal as an MCQ practice. Normally that portal is a little difficult to operate with people because you have to click on the MCQs, you have to cover the whole thing, there are some time limits given. Once you answer the MCQs and if you additionally answer it right, you will never be able to attend that MCQ once again, and therefore those kind of challenges is something I wanted to avoid. I have brought in those MCQs also as a part of this material, and therefore now if you understand, every little thing of your MCQs have already been covered. All MCQs which has been released as part of the new syllabus are a part of this material. There is nothing else which you need to refer to except for one document, which is your MTP number 2, May 2025. So which means this becomes a one-stop solution for covering your MCQs from an exam standpoint without wasting time on referring multiple documents. We already took this effort for your solutions guide, people. We already took this effort for your cheat sheet and your concept guide, which means with the MCQ guide also now becoming a part of your package, your rankers edition is complete in all aspects. These 4 documents are far more than sufficient for you to complete your exams, not just by getting 40, not just by getting 60, but getting a rank in it. By getting a rank in it, that is what this packers edition will now give it to you. Yes, who can be using this material, people? 3 attempts, like I said, will be applicable for this thing. Now, I am cautious about the fact that we are in first week of April and therefore it is not something which is possible for a May 2025 student to operate out of. But yes, a May 2025 student can still look into this material if you have 2 things going on. First, you have only group 1 being written for your May 2025 exams. In that case, you will have time to prepare for this. In that case, I would like you to look into this material as well. But if you have other subjects still going on, I would not advise you to do so. If you have some bandwidth, people, maybe a 2 or 3 days in this next coming 3 weeks, I would suggest you go through the MCQ guide, focus only on the case study questions. Not for you to do anything, but for you to understand what kind of case studies ICAI normally tests you on. Yes, going through the case study MCQs will give you a proper idea on what kind of topics ICAI looks into, how does ICAI trick you when it comes to the case studies, and what kind of questions ICAI has been asking in the past. So if you can pay only attention to the case study MCQs also, I think you should be able to properly utilize the MCQ guide from your exam standpoint. If you are in September 25 people, I would assume by now most of your classes would have been over, and therefore this would become a document for you to now cross compare and understand where your understanding is. After your batches are now over, you will now use this material to go through and test yourself on how every topic has been come out. If you are able to answer those MCQs from that specific topics, this will become a good sign for you to take this topic forward and be confident about it. But for all those topics where you're not able to do it well, you can refer the concept guide once again to see where you have been going wrong and then answer the questions accordingly. If you're writing Jan 2026, I have no options. I would really want you people to refer to this document. You are just now starting your batches, and therefore the MCQ guide coming along with the batches is a very good sign for you to prepare parallelly. You should be able to complete this as soon as your chapters get over, so that you do really well on this. This is how the MCQ guide has been operated on. But rather than giving you stories, people, let me show you how the material looks like. Yes, so this is how the material will look like. Like I showed you the cover page on the image itself, people. This is how your MCQ guide looks like. Like I said, it is applicable for your May exams, your September exams, and your Jan 2026 exams. Like I said, all chapters have been divided in chapter by sequence. So you have all chapters covered from an ICA standpoint. You have basics, residential status, salaries, all chapters mentioned along with the page numbers in which these chapters can be looked into. After you go through that, people, a very beautiful document now stands for you. Like I said, I wanted to make this as colorful as possible and as interesting for you as you will appreciate it. And therefore, aesthetic fonts, aesthetic colors, beautiful designs, everything has been kept in mind before preparing this MCQ guide, which you can look into. You have your chapter number 1 starting. The first question will come and tell you with the purple sign as to where it has been picked up from. BOS portal would mean to go to the ICA BOS portal, and you will get this question from there. The rates of tax given in English, given in black, and then you have your options given. Once the options are given and if you found the right answer, the answers are given exactly on the right side itself for you to cross refer and cross compare. As you progress forward, people, if you go through it, you will notice I have questions from BOS portal, the MTP number 7, which is basically your past exam MTPs and RTPs and past exam papers. You have your Jan 2025 ka exam paper question here. You also have your multiple questions, but the most important thing will be your case study questions. Like I said, in your case study questions, what has been happened is that, people, first I would give you the reference, and then the whole case study would have been highlighted in blue. The whole case study would be highlighted in blue for you to understand that yes, this is a story. This is a story. The reason is very simple. As I keep doing classes with you people, the one thing which I've always told you is that when it comes to case study questions, you always should start with the questions first and not the case study. So here is me giving it in blue for you to take a hint that yes, blue is something to be held back. Let's read the black first, understand what the question is, come back to the blue, and then answer the questions. So that additional effort has also been taken from my side to differentiate what is the story versus what is the questions. That has also been done. Yes, so you will realize how things are being operated. With this format, people, two things get very clear for you. One, you get a good way of doing it along with the chapters. Second, because a reference have been given, you will now know which questions have been asked in which past exams. If you see the word RTP, it is only part of RTP. If you see the word MTP, it is only part of MTP. But if you see the word like Jan 25, May 25, May 24, September 24, this gives you a hint that yes, this is a past exam question. This will give you a hint on how ICA has been testing these questions and how ICA has been devising MCQs in the past for you to prepare for your exams better. Yes. So once your chapter number 1 gets over, you have your chapter number 2 talking about residential status and scope of total income. You then have your multiple chapters, but the one chapter which I want May 2025 students to specifically pay attention to would be the last chapter. The last chapter being my chapter on comprehensive questions. This chapter will comprise of all the MCQs which ICA has devised in the past, which were not from a specific chapter. Sometimes ICA loves to make MCQs which covers multiple chapters, and therefore it was difficult for me to put them into one specific chapter. Keeping that in mind, I've created a new chapter. Chapter number 13, your comprehensive question, people, will come and give you all the questions which you have, which comprises of various topics from an exam standpoint. This is a chapter which is very beautifully designed and will really help you prepare for your exams better. Covering all the compulsory questions from here, covering all the comprehensive questions from here, people. If you notice, you have question number 1. I am assuming this is almost about 28 to 29 questions. Oh, it's more than that. Very good. So you have almost about 32 case study questions along with some individual questions as well, people. Yes, these many questions have been given in comprehensive questions. If you just go through this chapter itself, I am pretty sure most of the syllabus would have been over in this topics itself. Yes, ICA handpicks these questions and tries to make so many adjustments from various chapters that these MCQs itself can simply cover your whole syllabus off in the best extent possible. So therefore, whether you are in May 25 or not, I mean, sorry, even if you are in May 25, I would really strongly advise you to cover chapter number 3 for the bare minimum. Yes, 30 MCQs people, if you dedicate just one day also, you should be able to cover it off. It should not be a challenge. You should be able to cover it off. It's not much. It's not much. Most of the topics would be something you're able to answer already. Some cases there are repetitions also, because sometimes when ICI prepares a case study question, some subdivisions repeat itself multiple times. Yes, and therefore there should be some leverage on that as well. You should be able to complete this thing very, very properly and very beautifully. Yes, I want you all to take the best use of this MCQ guide in the best extent possible. I have put in a really, really good amount of efforts into making this material a reality, and I want to show the same amount of efforts for the upcoming days as well. But to do that, I want your support to do first the importance of this, to understand the importance of this material, and please leverage it as much as possible. Like I said, and I'm telling this once again, this material is completely free of cost and comes with no additional charges. If you're already part of my batch, I would have already shared it across in a live model. If you're part of my subscriptions, which is happening online in the CA classroom, this material would have been uploaded in the portal for you to access it from there along with your batch details. If you are any other student who has purchased my books from Amazon, from my personal attention, or has reached out to me personally, just drop me a message on WhatsApp and I should share across the PDF with you. Even if you are not a student of me, it doesn't matter. Just reach out to me, just drop me a hi message on WhatsApp and request for this MCQ guide, and I will share across the PDF with you for you to refer. There's only one small request from my side, people. If you can print it off and do it, then good for you. But 99% of the cases, I would request you to not do it. I would request you to not do it. It's an MCQ book, people. It's easier for you to answer it in the book itself, because the intention of MCQs is not for you to mug up MCQs and go for an exam, because none of these MCQs are gonna come. MCQs are made with the sole intention that they help you understand the concept a little better and to test you whether all adjustments which have been discussed in the chapter have been seriously taken up or not, right? So for all students who have a PDF version, the PDF version should fairly suffice for you. You should be able to do really well from the PDF version itself. Do not spend time getting a printout of the document. It really doesn't help. If you choose to get a printout also, people, I don't think it's much costlier. It's only 73 sites, so you should be easily getting it in about, I don't know, probably maybe one person can print it and then other persons can take a page or so, and therefore it should not be much costly. But again, my strong advice, do not do that. Do not do that. MCQ guide is good enough as a PDF version and you should be able to do really well. Materials which you need on a hard copy model, people, like I said in the past also, would be a concept guide, because that's what you're going to use for your exams. But then most of all, the cheat sheets, because that is what you're going to be referring on the day before your exams. Yes, so that is what I wanted to share across with all of you people. I hope this material solves the purpose with which it has been made by me, and you should be able to score really, really well for your exams. Like I said in the past as well, people, the package does not come with all comedy. It comes with a ranker's promise. It comes with a ranker's promise, and I want you people to score that rank along with this. Yes, that is what a small thing which I wanted to tell. So yes, this material goes live today and you should be able to access it as soon as possible once you reach out to me from the message. I'm repeating my WhatsApp number once again, people, so that you can look into it quickly. Take a pause, watch the video, and you can download the document from me once you drop me a hi message. That's all, people. I don't want to spend too much time on it. For all my May 2025 students, all the very best for your preparations. I know you're doing really well. The focus topics and the exam strategy is already uploaded, so please watch that and you should be able to get a fair understanding on how you should be preparing for your exams. As we normally do, people, the day before exams, we will also be launching something called as a top 30 adjustments, giving you some important topics for you to be paying attention to the day before exams and giving you an insight on what things you should be keeping in mind before you go for your exams. All those things are already planned, but regardless of it, you are already on a preparation strategy, so you should continue doing what you're doing in your preparations. For all my September and Jan 26 students, please use this material as much as possible and get the best use out of it. Along with that, the concept guides and the solution guides are also available for you to make the best attention to it. Yes, that's all I wanted to tell for today, people. I hope you're all having a great learning time. I will see you all very soon. Please feel free to reach out to me if you have any type of concerns and you want to discuss with me on any personal matters. Yes, thank you everyone. Have a nice day.